We make so many new recipes here on this channel that a lot of times some of our favorites get forgotten about because we're on to the next. But this week, it is all about which ones are my favorite. I'm gonna be sharing 3 different recipes that are standouts for me personally over the course of the channel. So I'm choosing a dessert. I know we don't do a whole lot of desserts here, but this is one of my all-time favorite desserts, and it came from one of you. We're also making a dish that has my favorite pasta, which is Orzo. It has some Cajun flavors. It is so good, and it's all in one skillet. And then the last one may be my very favorite. I think I'm saving the best for last. You'll see what that is. So come along with me today as we remake some of my favorites. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. So a very long time ago, a subscriber sent in a dessert recipe that has stuck in my brain ever since. It's so incredibly good. It is a chocolate banana icebox cake. You use just a few ingredients. My favorite dessert is a chocolate banana anything. So this one is right up my alley. To get started, we just need to pretty much cook this. This is the cook and serve pudding. It's not the instant. We're gonna cook this like it says. This is a family size, so it's a 5-ounce chocolate pudding. I've got this and my milk. Let's head over to the stove. Let's turn this to about medium heat. So we need 3 cups of milk. We'll use what's left in this one and open up my other one. Okay, so let's add our milk to our saucepan. Okay, so we're just gonna bring this up to a boil over about medium-high heat, and I just kind of have to hang out here with it and stir it every so often while it comes up to that boil. So this is my week, my favorite desserts. So we're making it just like Irene had told me, which is the chocolate banana. But if we were to make it to his liking, the guy behind the camera, we would do maybe a vanilla or cheesecake flavored pudding with strawberries. Yes? Yes. So we're still waiting on that to heat up, but I've got some graham crackers here. We need 1 pack of graham crackers, and we're gonna layer this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the first layer down while we wait on the pudding to finish. Doesn't want to fit. Do you see that? Don't argue with me. It's arguing with me. Heads up, I'm gonna win that argument. It is definitely starting to thicken up. I don't know if you can tell, but it's also coming up to temperature. It should be boiling here soon. Give it just another minute, and then it'll be time to head over and assemble our cake. Okay, we are bubbling pretty good, so we are done. Let's head over. We're in a new kitchen. It's really nice. Every time we come in here, we're like, it's so beautiful. We're in love. I'm just letting this cool just a little bit before we pour it onto our graham crackers. Just kind of stirring it and allowing some of that steam to come off. So we're gonna take about 1/3 of this or so and just pour it over the bottom here. Now, you need a large banana. We're gonna put about half of it on in slices. So there we go, first layer done. Now we're just gonna repeat that. Okay, so we've got that next layer, which was the whole pack. So we'll have to use another half of a pack of the graham crackers. Now the other half of the banana is going on. Last layer going on, another layer of graham crackers, and then we'll just top it with the chocolate pudding, and we're done. That chocolate pudding is starting to set up now. I need something else to get this out of here because that's not working. This wasn't gonna cut it. Just to make it look pretty on top. There you go. All right, we're gonna cover this and put it in the fridge. It just needs to chill for at least a couple of hours, but this will be our dessert tonight. One of my favorite meals involves Orzo, which should come to no surprise because Orzo is my favorite pasta, but it is a Cajun chicken Orzo. It's made all in one skillet, so you're only dirtying up one skillet. It's pretty quick, about 30 minutes, maybe a little less. And y'all, the flavors, you can take it up on the spice or you can dial it back on the spice. It's just so good. You gotta try this one. Okay, to get started, we've got a really large chicken breast here that we're gonna use, but if you've got smaller chicken breasts, use 2 of those. I'm gonna cut this in half and then we're gonna pound it out too. I don't know if you can tell just how large this chicken breast is. This came from Butcher Box. Okay, so I covered it up with some plastic wrap and I get to work out my aggression. Look how uniform that is. That'll just be so much easier to cook because they're all the same size, so you're not gonna be waiting on some to cook. and have other ones burn, so it's perfect. Now it says to cut it into small strips, but I'm gonna do bite-sized pieces just because that makes it easier. All right, we're gonna go ahead and heat up this skillet to about medium-high, get it nice and hot. This man never likes for me to season stuff because I'm pretty sure, whether he says it or not, he thinks I never season it right or enough.
That is not the truth. I just enjoy this part. It's my favorite part.
Every time I'm seasoning something, you're like, y'all don't see this, but off camera he goes, telling me to add more. Every single time.
Just trying to help somebody.
Okay, so he's gonna pop the chicken into a bowl.
I'm gonna pop it in there.
Pop it, there you go. And then we're gonna season with some of this Creole seasoning first.
I bet you ain't too happy about me messing up another dish.
That's all you ever do. You are the messiest cook in the kitchen.
If it ain't messy, it ain't gonna taste good.
And he doesn't clean as he goes either. I clean as I go. He don't.
I ain't got time for all that.
Look, all the confessions are coming out right now.
I ain't got time for all that. Now look here, this got a lot of salt in it. We're not gonna add the salt that it tells you to.
Okay.
Because it'll be too salty.
Okay, we need, it says 1 to 3 tablespoons of this.
Look, I know what it says.
Okay.
We're gonna look. We're gonna approach this.
I'm looking.
We're gonna approach this.
What are you adding?
This is garlic salt.
No, it's
garlic
not.
powder. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just got choked.
On what?
I think the chachery.
Oh gosh. Y'all,
Right, now,
I purposely don't say this because every time I get corrected, because everybody says it a different way and they think their way is right. So I just say Creole seasoning now. All right. Are you okay?
Now that we've got that out of the way. All right, look here, pepper. This is just how you get it all coated.
Okay.
If I were to just lay it there on that flat surface, then I have to make a bigger mess. See there? Now.
You want to add some more Cajun?
I'm gonna add a little bit more of the Cajun.
Okay. Thank you. Or Creole.
The Creole.
There you go. All right.
All right, now I'm satisfied with
Well,
that.
let's head over to the skillet then.
That looks well seasoned.
Okay, let's go to the skillet. Let's go. Go. So he's adding about a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm adding in about a tablespoon of butter. And we're going to let that hang out and melt down before we add our chicken. And as soon as our chicken goes in, I'm going to go over there and start chopping up some onion and some jalapeno. What do you think about that jalapeno?
I like my jalapeno. Jalap in there. How about that?
Do it to it.
Not quite temperature-wise here what I'm wanting. Oh, we're about there now.
Okay. So he's going to add this, and I'm going to let him kind of manage this over here, not with the metal utensil.
You gonna let me?
Don't touch that metal utensil to my caraway pan, please, sir. And then while he does that, I'm gonna go chop up some onion and jalapeno. So we're just gonna get this started and then we'll add in that onion here in just a second. So I've got about half of a medium-sized onion that I'm gonna dice. This is a ginormous jalapeno. So I don't think I'm gonna use the whole thing. I'm gonna use half of it. Don't tell Steven. I'm about to come over there with some onion and jalapeno. The master. All right, I'm gonna bring some onion and all of that over. You ready for it?
I am about ready.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna throw this in. I still got more over there. I'll be right back.
All right.
We're gonna throw in a couple of teaspoons of garlic. I've got some tomato paste. We need about a tablespoon of that. If you're like me and you don't like the texture of sun-dried tomatoes, you can get the paste. I got this from Aldi, but let's add about that much in. I'm gonna stir that in. I'm gonna turn the heat down just a little bit too. Y'all, oh my word. Look at that.
I mean, that looks really good.
Gosh.
It smells delicious.
Look, who cut up this chicken and didn't cut it all the way?
I tried to tell you.
What? But you did a bad job of cutting up the chicken?
No, I didn't want to tell you that. You've already got on to me about the seasoning. I can't get on to you about that. Baby doll, baby doll.
You know how we do.
You have redeemed yourself.
From the bad cutting of the chicken. So
I am super excited.
you can use
about
chicken
this.
stock, but we have bone broth on hand, so we're going to use that. So,
Yes, we are.
So I've got a cup of dried Orzo pasta that hasn't been cooked yet. We're going to add that in, and we're going to cook this for about a minute before we add in the liquid. So that's been cooking about a minute. We're going to add in about a cup of this bone broth. Now hear me out. You may have to add more than a cup when it comes towards the end, because this Orzo is going to soak up all of that liquid. So let's turn the heat back up to about medium-high, and we're going to bring this up to a simmer, and we're going to cover it and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. So I'll check on it during that time, and if I feel like we need to add more of the bone broth, we totally can. So I just turned it down. I'm gonna stir this so nothing burns on the bottom, and we're definitely gonna need some more bone broth. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that in now. Put the lid back on and let it continue to do its thing. So if you've been around here for a while, you know I don't like the stems on spinach. But this baby spinach, I got this organic baby spinach, does not have long stems. I say that and then out comes one with a long stem. But for the most part, I really don't have to take the stems off. Okay, I am a fan. What brand is this? Nature's Promise Organic Baby Spinach. Yeah, we like that. All right, so I need about a cup of it, which is a good handful, which is perfect. So there we go. So
Well, I told her that we should probably skip the mozzarella this time.
So the recipe calls for Parmesan. I was gonna throw a little bit of mozzarella in there too, and he said no, because it's gonna change the texture, and he's right. But he said what he was meaning was, as soon as you throw it in there, it's gonna kind of clump up. But what did you say?
Glump. It's gonna glump.
He said it's gonna glump up.
Gonna be glumping up. Somebody right now in the comments just said, I use glump.
Did you say glump?
Somebody just said they did.
I think it's just a Steven thing.
Somebody said glump, I know.
Okay, it's looking good. All right, let me put the lid back on.
What you think about the seasonings?
Oh, the seasoning is on point. We're gonna take the lid off and let kind of the rest of this, I mean, there's not really much to evaporate. So,
I think it's
okay.
about ready.
Now what we need to do is add in about 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream, not a lot. We're gonna let that heat through, and then we're also gonna add in that spinach and let that wilt down, and then it's gonna be time to eat.
Man, that looks amazing.
Oh, you know what else?
Ooh.
The Parmesan cheese, I forgot that.
Oh boy.
Now, if I would have had a block of Parmesan cheese, that would have been even better, but
That's all good.
So
Sometimes you just gotta go with what you got.
you gotta do what you gotta do. Boom.
Now that looks pretty.
Okay, let's just give that a couple of minutes to wilt down, and then it's gonna be time to eat. And in true Mandy fashion.
Yeah, I have a little dribble.
So Steven mentioned that it would be good with a little lemon juice over top, and I said, grab one out. Yeah. I placed an Instacart order, and apparently I ordered lemons, and we didn't get them, so gotta look into that. We don't have any lemons, but that would be a nice touch.
This looks good. Man, I can't wait.
Right?
Oh boy. Oh man. Wow.
There's a reason this is one of my favorites.
You talking about the Creole Cajun thing going on here. This is
Cajun.
Cajun. That is very potent.
Okay.
Love the flavors of that. It's got this spicy, creamy, Cajun, Creole.
Right.
Yeah. Plenty of salt.
Yeah, you don't need to add extra.
No.
All right, I'm gonna dig in.
Man,
I'm so excited.
that is delicious.
It is time for some dessert. One of my favorite desserts.
I'm a little bit afraid. Oh, look at that. Went down in there real good.
Well, yeah, the pudding makes it a little soggy. It's a challenge to film right here now because of this. It won't open any further
Because of
than
me?
that. Yeah, because of you. Look at that. I'm so happy. Oh, bless it.
Did you get some banana?
No, I don't think I did. Are you going to be all right?
Look, I ain't never not been okay.
Step over this way. There we go. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Tink. I did get some banana.
Oh, man.
Oh, my word.
That is super good. I love the texture of that pudding.
And there's no crunch to the graham cracker. They're not
Nope.
soggy in a bad way. They're just soft enough. Y'all, this one's so good. And you can change it up however you want to, like I was mentioning. We really should try the vanilla and strawberry sometime.
That banana flavor. The permeation of the banana flavor is superb.
Tell me below, what's your favorite milkshake flavor? Mine is chocolate banana. Shocker, right?
Mine is strawberry.
His is always strawberry, so that's why I want to try strawberry. So let me know what your favorite milkshake flavor and what flavor you would want to try this particular dish. It's a good week. It's a Mandy's favorite week. One of my very favorite meals that we have ever made here on this channel is the Instant Pot beef tips and gravy, and we serve it over mashed potatoes. The beef doesn't quite fall apart, but it is super tender. And today when I made it, I had only half of one of the particular ingredients, so I had to improvise. You'll see. But, you know, that's the fun thing about cooking, is you don't have to follow the recipe to a T, and it can still turn out great. To get started, I've got 2 pounds of stew meat here. I think the first time I made this on my channel, I only did 1 pound, but it is so good. I definitely want some leftovers. So we just need to season this meat. We need some salt, some pepper, and then it calls for garlic salt, but we're gonna do something a little different. I love how I just brought salt and salt over here. You see this? That's not helpful. Let me go grab the pepper. Okay, so like I said, salt and pepper. And then instead of garlic salt, I'm gonna be using adobo all-purpose seasoning. It has salt, it has garlic, and has other great stuff too. So I'm just gonna add this and let's toss it. And I'm gonna add some more pepper and a little more adobo. That should be plenty. Now I just need to turn this on to saute. Here we go. So I'm gonna let that come up. We'll wait till it says hot here. While I wait on that to come up to temperature, I'm just gonna slice this onion. So I've got my onion sliced, and then I also need some baby bella mushrooms chopped in half. I'm gonna grab a wet paper towel and kind of wipe these down and do that real quick. So this is nice and hot. I need to grab some olive oil. We're just gonna put a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in the bottom, and I am going to use my Instant Pot clip to hold this in place. And then let's add in our beef. And we just need this beef to sear. It's gonna finish cooking a little later, but right now we just need to sear it. So I'm gonna let that hang out and then we'll stir it around in just a second. While we wait on that to begin searing, I'm gonna bring in some potatoes and start the process of making my mashed potatoes. I just need to peel these. Okay, they've got some color on the bottom. Let's kind of stir this around and get some more color on there on the opposite side. It's kind of hard to do. All right, I don't know if you can tell, but this is pretty much done. So if at this point you need to deglaze your pan, like if there is a lot of maybe burnt spots or anything on the bottom, do that now. I don't need to, mine seems to be fine. So I'm gonna add in 1/3 cup of beef broth. Then even this out, and we're gonna add our onions on top of that, then our mushrooms. And now we need some of the magical dub sauce. We just need about a tablespoon. I always go a little heavier. I just love the flavor. Okay, now I need to turn it off. So I'm gonna hit cancel, take this pin off, and we're gonna put the lid on. Okay, make sure it's closed to sealing. All right, so let's do 15 minutes, set to high pressure, which it is. We're gonna let that come up to temperature. I'm gonna finish working on my potatoes. We are still waiting for all of this, but I'm gonna go ahead and make my gravy mix. I have 1/3 cup of beef broth here, and I'm just gonna throw in this pack of brown gravy and just whisk it and just set it here to the side until we're ready to put it in. And you know what? Now that I'm looking at the instructions, it says a 1.6 ounce pack of gravy. This is 0.8, so I need 2 of them. Well, I don't have 2 brown gravies, but I do have an onion gravy too, so we're just gonna use the 2 together. Gotta improvise when you need to, right? So let's add that to this and just whisk it all together. Okay, I'm gonna leave this sitting here and we'll have it when we're ready for it. So our timer just went off. We're gonna let it naturally release or count up to 5 minutes, and then I'll release the remainder of the steam. So I'm gonna wait for this to get to 5. My potatoes almost done over here. So once these are done, I'll be making our mashed potatoes. This is gonna be so good. Okay, so that's done. Our pin has dropped. So let's open that up. Oh my gosh, y'all. Now we're gonna hit cancel and we're gonna turn it back over to saute, and we're gonna let this come up to a bubble. That did not take long at all. So let's grab our gravy mix and pour that in. Stir that around a little bit. Whoop, and fog y'all up, you're welcome. And we're gonna let this bubble for at least a couple of minutes. That's gonna let that thicken really well. And then it's gonna be time to eat. I'm over here making the mashed potatoes.
Been a while.
It has been a minute, and this is one of my favorite, if not my very favorite meal.
First of all, that sauce is thick. I love that.
Yes.
Thick, creamy. Get a little bit of mushroom action in here. Oh man, that is delicious.
How's the meat?
Meat is nice and tender.
Good.
Held up really well too, so
Good.
it's not
shreddable, but
it's not really falling apart, but
right.
it's not like chewy. You know what I mean?
It's not tough.
It's not tough. Perfect consistency there. The gravy, though, in my opinion, that's what makes this. The gravy.
Yeah.
That is just really good. Of course, the mushrooms are really nice with the meat.
So you're supposed to use 2 packs of brown gravy. I didn't have 2 packs. I had 1 pack, and then I had a pack of onion gravy. So I just mixed the 2 together.
Man.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm. That is amazing.
Okay.
Very rich, beefy flavors.
Yes.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, thank you.
I am just excited that I got to make it again. I was just looking for an excuse to make this one on camera again, so there you go. Have you made any of these? Are these your favorites? Let me know below. And if you haven't made them, here is your sign. They are tremendous. If you are not yet a member of our YouTube family, if you haven't hit that subscribe button below, do that now. That way you won't miss any of my content. You'll see every video that pops up, and you'll never be in a shortage of new recipes. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Bye.